Allergies? Why allergies? The challenge of hypersensitive reactions got here up in dialogue the different day, and it set me to thinking why it looks that so many greater children, and adults now, are struggling from this trouble than myself and others when I used to be developing up. I noticed a application now not lengthy in the past the place this challenge was once discussed, and that clinical scientists and researchers had located that one of the initiators happened in the course of birth. Mostly associated to caesarean births, due to the reality that as child did not go via the start canal, he did not get the immunity raised from mother. This, it used to be believed, had an actual influence on the possibility of the infant growing allergies. Another factor raised was once that there is a great deal emphasis positioned on cleanliness with all germs, true and bad, being zapped by means of something capacity at source. Thus there is much less danger of herbal immunity being constructed up via publicity of youth throughout early childhood years. I nonetheless remember, and in reality used the phrase myself when I had my children, "You have to devour a peck of dust earlier than you die," quoted from my maternal grandmother who lived the ripe age of 86. A phrase that eased my very own worries when my daughter sat in the backyard with her mouth so stuffed with soil she could not shut it. And when my son picked up disgusting, to me, worms and bugs with the clear intention of snacking on them. Thankfully, neither of my children, or their teenagers, go through from allergies, for which I am profoundly grateful. Still, sufficient fluff. What are the proofs of all this? Research. Right here I come. The newborn's immune machine grows quickly from a small dimension at beginning via publicity, in particular to the intestinal microflora generally received from the mom at and after birth. The second mode of switch of immunity takes place by way of the mother's milk. Numerous main protecting components, which include secretory IgA, SIgA, antibodies and lactoferrin, are present. The breastfed child is higher blanketed towards severe frequent infections than the non-breastfed. Breastfeeding additionally appears to actively stimulate the infant's immune gadget by means of anti-idiotypes, uptake of milk lymphocytes, cytokines, etc. Therefore, the breastfed infant continues to be higher blanketed in opposition to more than a few infections for some years. In this Find Out About I read, they determined that de novo manufacturing of neonatal lymphocytes used to be related with mode of shipping and different perinatal characteristics. Compared to vaginal delivery, caesarean section used to be related with 32% greater hazard of having a toddler with a decrease wide variety of newly shaped T lymphocytes (TREC) values inside the lowest quintile. Accumulating proof hyperlinks early fetal neonatal residing stipulations to later fitness in grown-up lifestyles 36. Recent epidemiological research have established that CS is related with a slightly multiplied danger for immune issues later in life, additionally after taking conceivable confounders into account. Preterm-born babies have purposeful deficiencies in their immune machine and are extra inclined to infections. The crucial mechanisms of the innate immune machine and how immaturity contributes to the standard chance of contamination at some stage in the neonatal duration are no longer absolutely understood. However, preterm beginning is viewed the biggest chance thing for infections throughout the neonatal period. In conclusion, I trust this Find Out About affords any other piece of expertise on institution of immune characteristic at beginning and its relation to a number of perinatal threat factors, such as gestational age, mode of transport and delivery weight. The swiftly growing quotes of CS global and the higher danger for immune problems later in lifestyles add gas to efforts making an attempt to unravel these issues. Our Learn About has recognized numerous necessary hazard elements for decreased quantity of T and B lymphocytes in new child infants, and CS transport barring a clear scientific indication may additionally be the one that can be modified most rapidly. Excessive cleanliness. We stay in an age of cleanliness. Our soaps are antibacterial. Our family cleaners promise to kill 99.9% of germs. Microbes are bad, undeniable and simple. But at the identical time, some scientists additionally inform us that being too smooth is additionally wrong, due to the fact it may assist motive allergies and allergies. Today, many scientists argue that human beings have come to be too clean for their very own good. In 1989, the British epidemiologist David Strawn used to be the first to propose that the publicity to infections at some point of childhood would furnish a true defense towards hypersensitive reactions in later life. An hypersensitive reaction is, in fact, our immune gadget going haywire through perceiving an innocent substance as a fundamental attack. Our bodies, says Dorothy Matthews, biologist at Russell Sage College in Troy, New York, can also overreact to really useful microbes, due to the fact our immune structures have forgotten how to stay with them. Take a baby's dummy, it has fallen to the floor. It's higher for the mom to suck it easy instead than grant a new sterile one, he says, due to the fact this has been proven to speed up improvement of the infant's microbiota, and reduces allergies. And whilst we may assume puppies are dirty, they additionally assist most of us to amplify microbial biodiversity and decrease allergies. Let your teens play in locations the place they have contact with soil and vegetation, which are prosperous in really useful microbes. Ilka Hansky. Around the house, the answer for hostilities. The incorrect form of microorganism is now not a moderate cleaning, however well-timed cleaning. Take slicing boards in the kitchen. If you reduce your greens, it is okay to wait till after dinner to do the washing up. Not so if you've got chopped uncooked fish or meat. Instant motion is required, or you may want to put your household at danger of infection. After all, it is properly hooked up that about 70% of all poultry are contaminated with Campylobacter, a bacterium which can reason meals poisoning and will fortunately multiply on your cutting board. Studies exhibit the benefits. Children who grew up in surroundings that was once now not obsessively easy have decreased quotes of hypersensitivity and asthma. And positive microorganism additionally actively guard us from bowel disorder and even some sorts of anxiousness and depression. On the plus side, says one commentator, you can take coronary heart in understanding that each time you get a little sick, you get a little stronger. The message is no longer one that most humans prefer to hear, they prefer the speedy pharmaceutical restore for the slightest bit of discomfort. But each time you take the speedy fix, you make your physique a little weaker. That's something to be mindful the subsequent time you are tempted to slather on the bathe gel.